Hi, everybody. Welcome to my live mini reading. Hi, everyone. So I guess we'll wait a little bit of some time to see if other people, some brave souls who want to attend the reading. So let's wait and see who will join us. So I thank you guys so much and happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to all of you. I hope wherever you are in the world, you guys are having a wonderful day and everything is going well for you. So I know this Scorpio, this Scorpio eclipse has been heavy for the collective. So this eclipse actually was a powerful manifestation and clearing energy. So hi, Boogie Time. Hi, Angie. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you. So yeah, this eclipse, guys, man, I wouldn't be surprised if not too many people attend this live mini readings because the eclipse energy was heavy this eclipse season, big time. So for those of you who are part of the Twin Flame Higher Level Soulmate Collective, this, and even just a part of the collective in general, this moon cycle really helped to mirror to us the parts of our subconscious that we weren't willing to address and look at. Hello, humility. Thanks for joining. So yeah, so this moon cycle really helped to really bring out a lot of the blockages that were still inside of us. So things that we didn't want to really address and look at, especially at the beginning part of 2023. This was where we were supposed to be building, building a stable foundation for ourselves, building a lot of, what was within us that we would like to manifest for 2023. So from January, February, March, this was a powerful time of manifestation. So this is where a lot of the collective was supposed to be kind of spending some time and thinking about what they would like to bring from the 5D into the 3D. But for those of us, unfortunately, who did not do that, this is where spirit has now come in to provide some sort of shakeup for the collective. So the first 3 to 4 months was all about planting seeds for the rest of the year, right? And so May season is all about putting in the work in order to harvest what we will be creating in the fall. So that's why a lot of us won't be joining, because people are getting a lot of epiphanies, a lot of wake-up calls, and people are going through tower moments. I can't tell you how much people have now reached out to me, people out of the woodworks too. So maybe a lot of you guys too will experience a lot of people coming back from the past, popping up from the woodworks, wanting to reach out or wanting to reconcile, wanting to do whatever. So expect the unexpected as we then shift into Gemini season. This is kind of going to be allowing a lot of the communication. Plus, it's also Mercury retrograde. So there's a lot of things that are going on right now in the collective. So I'm glad that you guys, the three of you who are here, were able to join. So if you guys have any questions in regards to like what questions you want answered, I'll be here until around 1 o'clock my time, so 1 p.m. EST, to do the mini readings for you guys. So if you guys have any questions or things you want answered, I am here to help you guys on your ascension path at this time. And I thank you guys so much for supporting. Yes, so humility says, yes, I have. Yes, it's heavy, I'm telling you. Hello, Uresa, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, but hello, and thank you so much for joining as well. So, yes, please. Okay. So I'm not, okay. So whatever questions you guys have, you guys can put them in the chat, and I will channel the energies to see what wants to come forward for you and assist you at this time. So I guess, so yes, definitely ready for the mini reading. Okay, so let's get to it. So what are some of the questions you would like to ask? You guys can ask me. I'll be around for about an hour, and then I have another meeting I have to attend. So My life is busy, guys, but let's see. Sorry, I'm going to ask a boring question. There's no boring question. There's no such thing as a boring question. Any question is a great question. So you guys can ask away. I'm curious to hear what you guys want to know. So it says, I would like to know what week in my energy that can let spell work affect me. So I don't even have to pull cards in this humility. This is all based upon you resisting your transformation. So if you resonate as someone who is awakened or part of the conscious collective, this is all about you resisting. So spell work is all about control and manipulation. So people generally use spell work as a form of control. So when it is that we are having trouble, let's say, controlling things in our life, this is where people like to dabble into spell work, dabble into stuff like that, right? But the idea here is when you stop resisting your transformation and release control, that's when the spell work will stop. That's when the interference will stop. But the more that you continue to try to dictate and control your life, which is masculine energy. So there's something here about your masculine energy that needs to be balanced. That's when the spell work will stop, and that's when things will change for the better for yourself. So you got to get into balance, humility. That's why the spell work is happening, my friend. I had actually someone, funny enough, you mentioned that someone else reached out to me yesterday talking about the same issue. And I told them, you got to stop resisting your transformation. So let's see exactly what it is that you're doing that's actually creating this blockage for you. So I'm going to channel in some cards and see what exactly is the issue that's causing this power moment for you. So we have the 10 of Pentacles. So maybe there's a love interest or something that you need to address. This could also be family origins and the way that we're raised and how that manifested in terms of some sort of karmic lifestyle that you may have also adopted. So usually, as I said, with spell work, there's some sort of issue with control. So whoever it was that may have modeled they're telling me masculine energy to you. Maybe you had an overbearing father energy around you, or maybe you had someone in your family dynamic. They're telling me an uncle. So it could be a close family member that mirror to you, basically, in terms of your life and the projection of the way in which your life has gone. So there's an energy here meaning to address this sort of childhood heritage or family home or family dynamic. This is all about going back to your origins and being able to look at that. So maybe it is in the past that you have family members or people in your family life or community that have issues with control, or it could even be feminine energies that operate in masculine energy, right? So when we're in masculine energy, we try to control things, we try to dominate things, we try to tell people what they should be doing rather than focusing on ourselves. These are all forms of codependency as well as trauma that needs to be healed and addressed as well. So let's see what else is the blockage. So we have your emotions. So it seems like as well that you may have some sort of idea already in terms of what you want to address and what you want to heal. But on the other hand, you kind of are your worst critic. You're your worst enemy by not just going with the flow and accepting what is. So the more that you delay things or the more that you put things off is when things get worse. So you might actually have children, because fish, for me and in the Caribbean community, are symbolic of children. So it could be that you want to have children or you already have children and you kind of are staying in something that might not necessarily be for your highest good because of children. So that is one of the major concerns why the spell work is playing out for you as well. Let's see what else is happening. Exactly. So that's the problem, right? You have an addiction. So you got to address the problem as to why that happened to you. You know, what was the origins of this addiction? Was it because of some sort of pain that you're refusing to look at? So, you know, sometimes addictions happen because we're afraid of addressing our demons, our deepest, darkest fears, right? So an addiction is a form of control, right? So we feel like, you know what? People tell us what to do, so I'm going to do my thing. And so therefore, this is why the addiction or why certain things have been playing out for you. You got to stand in your power now and take back and reclaim your life, right? For the best. You don't have to be in this victim mindset or this victim consciousness anymore. You're older now, you're wiser now, and you can learn from the past and be able to work on creating a better future or a better dynamic for yourself. That's what I see here for you. Yeah, so it could be like maybe you grew up in a family dynamic. If you don't have children personally, it could be that you grew up in a family dynamic where children were significant. So maybe there were a lot of children and you kind of felt like you couldn't find your voice, or maybe there was a situation where you had to take care of other siblings. You know, take it as the part of it that resonates with you. But there's definitely something about child. It could even be healing that inner child is also what is the major concern here for you as well. So something needs to be addressed in order for you to be able to move forward. And until you get a hold of that addiction, you're going to keep having the same spell work, the same manipulation, because the ego wants you now to stay in the status quo. When you finally break free from the status quo, that's when the spell work will stop. That's when the tower moments will stop. And that's when you'll be able to finally liberate yourself from what no longer serves you. So that's what I have for you. I hope that was able to provide you with some clarity. I don't want to go too hard because there's, this is a live and a lot of people may watch this after, right? And I don't want to put all your business out there, but if you want to book a personal, you guys can check out my website. I'll give you the link to that as well here. So let me get my website link and you guys can book. You guys can do coaching. I also have introduced a WhatsApp feature as well. So you guys can also WhatsApp me in regards to setting up a one-to-one chat. I also do live chats, an intuitive chat as well with you. Okay, so let's see what else. So I'm from France, but my place of birth is in the Caribbean. I thought about the question, why this addiction? Yeah, so addiction is a form of control. You got to work on that. So according to you, if you love someone that is making love spell, but your vibration is up, will he be affected? So I don't know what you mean according to me, because spell work is a form of control. So let's see, according to you, if you could reframe your question, humility, because I'm not really understanding what you're talking about in regards to according to me. I subscribe. Okay, so subscribe. I'm glad that you enjoyed that, but I don't understand what your question is in regards to love spell and vibration. I don't understand that. So whenever you want to clarify that question, I can go back and then clarify it for you, but I don't understand what you're talking about in regards to that. Sorry, humility, in regards to the spell work. So just clarify that in terms of love spell and vibration. I don't understand that message. So who else would like a question? I'm glad that that was able to give you some sort of clarity in regards to your situation. And hopefully this will then be able to, create some sort of awareness in regards to what has been going on in your dynamic. So if anyone else has any questions, I would love to answer them. And thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel. And for those of you guys who have been with me for a while, I'm sorry if I've been MIA. I've been really working hard in terms of working on my life purpose and doing a lot of things behind the scenes. But I thank you guys so much for supporting. All right, so we have Usura 132. Do you see something happening with my crush? His name is A and he's a Leo. Okay, so let's see what's going on in that dynamic. You want me to pull this card? And no worries, humility, anytime. All right, so let's see. You're the crush. Let's see. I just saw angel number 1414. So you might actually want to go onto Google and type in angel number 1414 and what that may signify for you. We have the Ace of Swords here. So with this already, I'm feeling that there is going to be some sort of conversation or breakthrough that's going to be coming towards you in regards to the situation with your crush. So it's either they're going to get the breakthrough or you're going to get the breakthrough in terms of some sort of realization. So the sword of truth is a phallic symbol, right? So when I tune into people energetically and I see them holding a sword, that is a phallic symbol that signifies truth. I also feel that it's definitely going to be powerful, because this might even be some sort of um, blockage in regards to your love with your connection here, because I'm also noticing the rose here. So the roses signifies romance, right? We know this. So with this, I see here, and the ground I'm noticing is like becoming illuminated in the darkness. So something you're not seeing about this connection with this person is going to be coming through. It's like a breakthrough moment, an epiphany of some sort is what I see here happening for you in this connection. So let me pull some more cards. We have the Five of Cups. So I'm not sure what this happens, but I feel like this breakthrough is going to finally allow you to finally walk away from the situation, because the Five of Cups is a card that speaks to walking away and creating some sort of new beginning. So maybe you might find out that this person might be committed with someone else, is what I'm hearing, or they're not interested in terms of some sort of connection, it feels like right now. But it's like, it's going to allow you to get some sort of wake up call, because you might even be getting taken advantage of in this dynamic here I see here too, or staying in something that is not necessarily for your highest good, but because of fear, you might be committing in a situation. So, but you're going to be getting some sort of epiphany or wake up call about the situation. And then I do see you moving into another dynamic or another situation afterwards. So it's like, it's a series of events that's going to unfold for you over the next, okay, Spirit, when will they get some sort of wake up call? August. So something about August time is going to be revealed to you. That's when you're going to understand a little bit more about this dynamic. And then you finally make a decision to move into another direction. And then you might have a little bit of some animosity where you feel like you were foolish, you were being taken advantage of in this situation. I'm hearing lie to. So maybe this person told you that they were free and single, or maybe this person will tell you that, you know, it's just you, and you find out that there's someone else. So it's something about that I'm picking up on very strongly in this situation, in regards to your story with your love interest. So what I do see here is that you kind of have to move out of this energy. But what's keeping you here, it feels like, is also codependency as well. So it might be a fear of being alone, or a fear of, you know, not being good enough. I'm hearing a betrayal. So it's like, maybe this betrayal will be the wake-up call that you need to actually move into another direction and reclaim your life. Let's see what happens after the betrayal. We have the Page of Wands, right? So that's when you finally take back your freedom. You start turning a new leaf. You then go on a quest. You start discovering yourself. You look for the meaning of life. You find purpose. You move into a completely new direction is what I see here. So the Page of Wands is all about exploration, freedom, and liberation from what no longer serves. So when that situation happens, or that tower moment happens, that will be happening, it seems like closer to the end of fall, that's when you finally are able to liberate yourself and walk away and choose yourself and choose your happiness and choose your freedom and explore yourself. So this is going to be a discovery time for you in the next few months is what I see here. And then you're finally able to reclaim your truth and step onto your soul path, right? You step into the energy of being a leader, right? So not waiting for someone to make a decision or a choice, you make the decision and choice. And that is to reclaim your life and your happiness is what I see here playing out for you. Because the King of Wands is all about leadership. And it's interesting because the King of Wands is also a Leo. So this Leo person that you're attached to, something about Leo season is going to happen between you and them as well. It's going to be a very symbolic time for the both of you. So it's going to be a major adjustment, but you will heal from this situation. This person is going to teach you some sort of powerful spiritual lesson. And I'm seeing the Hierophant. So you're going to be learning a very hard and powerful spiritual lesson about this person. So I hope that provided you with clarity in regards to your situation. All right, so let's see who else would like to have. So no problem. I'm glad that I was able to help you. Okay, so Kristen Kolak, Angel. It's been intense 2023 so far with health and other issues. Do you see true and lasting love in the near future? I'm actually going to be introducing a course, or rather it's going to be a more of a service, I would say, than a course. And I'm going to be looking at your location as well as your third house in regards to your third house, as well as your fifth house in regards to your blockages to manifestation. So you guys can look out for that as time goes on, where I'm going to be introducing this on my website for you, Kristen Kola Angel, and for those of you who are experiencing issues in terms of your love, relationship, health, and whatnot. But your health is affected very strongly by your mindset. So whatever mindset that you have in regards to yourself, this is what manifests in the body, which then shows outward. So first, in order for an illness to develop, it starts with your mind and then it manifests in the body. So something about yourself is not in vibrational alignment. It could even be the area that you're living in, Kristen Kola Angel, that's triggering some health related issues for yourself. And it could even be the blockage in terms of your manifestation is what I see here as well. So you definitely would benefit from that service that I'm going to be launching. Probably I'll add it on my website probably tonight for the collective in regards to booking that service and being able to talk about the blockages in regards to love, and manifestation, right? Because we manifest from our thoughts and feelings. So if our thoughts and feelings are off, then our manifestation is off. Especially location. You have to be in the right location. It's like, for example, your manifestation is like your baby, is what I tell people. So if you're not in the right location, then it's difficult to manifest anything, right? So sometimes it could even be a geographical situation that's maybe causing the illness or making you sick as well. Mind you, I'm not a doctor, but this is what I'm already feeling intuitively for you, Chris and Kola Angel. So if you want to look out for that service, you can look out for it, Kristen Kola Angel. I'm going to be posting it on my website probably either tonight or tomorrow. So you can come on my website and then you guys can book that. You can book that and then we can take it from there. All right, so let's see who else. So Yursara, no problem. Anytime. I'm glad that this was able to give you some sort of clarity. So let's see. Hey, Angie, can you tell me what's going on with my health? So again, you would probably benefit from that service I'm going to launch, Boogie Time, because that service is also going to bring you clarity too, in regards to your situation, because it could be a geographical situation that's affecting your health. So where you live in the world, every location or every place has some sort of vibrational frequency. So if it is that you're living in a environment that is not geographically, vibrationally a fit for you, then this is where the blockage may be happening. Actually, you guys can email me and I will be able to give you some more details about that service. I'm going to give you guys my email at gmail.com. Yep, you guys can email me. So that's for Boogie Time and Kristen Kola Angel. If you feel called, email me and I can give you more information about the service so that you can get to the specifics in regards to what might actually be affecting you. Oh, so the Love 43. Thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So if you guys have any other questions, you guys can put them in the chat and we can take it from there. Or you guys can even WhatsApp me as well. You guys can WhatsApp me as well, and then I can give you more details. Which is a new thing I also introduced as well, is WhatsApp feature. For those of you guys, you can WhatsApp me as well too. All right. So anyone have any other questions? You guys can put them in the chat. So, okay, I will email you about my health. Can you give me a reading of my person's feelings towards me? Okay, let's see what's going on with your person's feelings. So this is Boogie Time. Let's see. Too many. Okay, so we have the Ten of Swords. So there could have been some sort of abrupt ending that happened between you and your person. Or if it hasn't happened, it may actually be happening on the horizon. Within a matter of weeks is what my guides are letting me know as well. So it's like maybe there was some sort of conflict or disagreement. Let's see what happened here with the Ten of Swords. I'm noticing the swords all around this person. This is the first time I'm seeing this in the card like that. It's giving a feeling of being trapped. So I don't know if this person felt as if you may have put a bit too much pressure on them, which is why they may have ended it. Or it could have been a situation where maybe you felt trapped by them and that's why the connection ended. But there's something here about needing to liberate self and free self is what I'm seeing here in this card here with the Ten of Swords. So I also see the Five of Pentacles here as well. So it's like, yeah, definitely left out in the cold. So it's like maybe you're kind of just starting to get over this feeling of being left out in the cold by your person. So they could have ghosted you. It could be a limited to no contact situation as well, which is also signified here by the Ten of Swords. So very much feeling left out in the cold, but I feel like there's some sort of contemplation and review and introspection that is currently happening for you in regards to the situation. So we also have meditation here as well. So with this card, the meditation speaks to needing to go inwards and really do a review. So this is like some sort of insight because I'm also noticing the halo around the person's head, right? So this halo is signifying illumination of the truth. And this is also giving me Mercury vibes, or is it Mercury? No, Neptune. Neptune. So I don't know where that's coming from, but okay, it's going to drive me crazy. Let me look that up actually. It's going to help with the clarity as well too. Neptune planet. Inspiration. Okay, I get it now. So there's something about your illusion or maybe some sort of falsified belief that this person had that is going to be coming to the forefront in regards to the situation. So Neptune is a planet that is more of like a spiritual planet. So it holds a high vibrational frequency, but this is kind of giving a vibe of like you wanting to have some sort of dream or some sort of opinion with this person. So it feels like you need to be using the law of attraction if you want this person to come back to you, is really the long and the short what I see with this situation. So if you would like this person to like come back into your zone of awareness, it feels like you need to be using some sort of law of attraction, because I feel this person is kind of like thinking about the connection, but they're not really in tune complete with it. It's not like they want to take action. So it very much is giving a vibrant energy where you need to kind of really get clear with yourself in terms of what it is that you want. So again, we manifest from our thoughts and feelings. So if it is that you want this person back, then you have to really sit with yourself and be honest with yourself in regards to why you want them back. Is it because you feel that there is really a future between you guys? Or is it a situation where you feel like because you don't want to be alone, you want this person, right? So you need to make a clear distinction in terms of what you want from this person and why you really want this person back into your life. So it feels like you kind of need to work on getting clear with your intentions, is what I see here with this connection. Seems like there is a lot of conflicts and strife as well. So maybe perhaps you believe that this was some sort of counterpart. I also do twin flame, soulmates, karmic connection checks as well too. So you can check out my website for more details about this. But it seems like there is some sort of inner conflict this person may be experiencing. And also you might feel conflicted as well in terms of not sure what to do. We also have here the Six of Wands reversed. So the Six of Wands is ego. So maybe on paper you guys look good together, or maybe there's some sort of persona or an ego death is required in this equation in order for you guys to come back as well. So that's what I see here. So it's like an ego death is required, a change in perspective is required, and you need to raise your vibration. If you want this person to come back into your life, you got to raise your vibration, and you got to be very clear in terms of your intentions of why you want them back and how you think that this would be ideal for you. But it could be some sort of karmic is what I see here, but you would have to get the check in order to know the details. So you can check out my website if you want details, but I think that service that I told you to email me about will probably help you in terms of seeing what you're not seeing. All right, so let's see who else wants a reading. All right, so the Love 43, what was your question? Will I get a reading? Okay, so if you want a reading, you can get a reading. You just have to type your question to Love 43. So whatever you would like to ask, you can put it down below, and then you can get a reading. No problem. So anyone else have any questions they want answered? No problem, Boogie Time. So yes, that's going to be all about that service I was telling you about, right? Where you have to look at your manifestation, laws of attraction, right? You reap what you sow. So if it is, for example, that there's some work that has to be done on self, then you're going to need to do that in order to manifest someone in a higher vibrational frequency. So I feel that you are very much like have the potential to manifest a real true love situation, but you have to work on yourself. Oh, thank you, Bookie Time. Thanks for your donation. Truly appreciate it. Thank you. So Love 43 says, what message does Source have for me? Okay, so let's channel and see what Source has to say. Okay, so for Love 43, can we please channel and get the message? Regarding to what their guides, angels, higher self would like to say to you at this time. They want me to use another deck, actually, this one. Let me shuffle this as well, so we can get the underlining theme of the topic. I just saw caretaker, so let's see if that comes up. So it could be a situation where you might be taking care of everybody else's needs but your own, and they want to bring that to your attention as well. The intention or the energy needs to be on self. Love 43, please, Spirit. Contact. They want me to read. Okay, so life's great synchronicities and the alignment of fateful events is very dependent on our contact and connections with other people. You've drawn this card today because it is important for you to make contact with someone in a particular in your life. This one-to-one communication could be phone, email, text, or a person. In whatever way that the contact happens, it's important for you to reach out. Sometimes you resist or procrastinate doing things that help move us along our path. The contact card is asking that you look at whatever resistance you may be having and gently push yourself towards what needs to be done. Perhaps you need contact someone to deal with an emotional issue. So this is all about avoidance. This is the energy or vibration of avoidance. So Spirit is asking you, Love 43, that there is some sort of conversation, some sort of fated event that needs to happen in terms of communication. So I know that when you are seeing this now is during the time of Mercury retrograde. So maybe you have some sort of Mercury placements in your chart that may be affecting the way in which you're communicating. But Mercury retrograde is going to be coming to an end on May 14th. So it seems like this is going to be allowing for you to have the opportunity to have some sort of long-awaited conversation with someone. It could even be regards to a business situation or business endeavor as well. So there's something here about stagnant energy that also needs to be looked at and released and cleared. So maybe you're someone who has a long-standing history of starting tasks or starting things, but then losing interest and then putting it down. So you're being called by Spirit to release that because it's a blockage in terms of you being able to move forward and work on raising your vibration to then become more of your authentic self. So this is now calling in some sort of new energy that's going to help you in terms of healing, empowerment, manifestation, and your life overall in general, right? But you need to step up and free yourself. So something about you needs to energetically align, and that starts by speaking some sort of truth to someone that needs to hear what you have to say. So your words are important. right? And what you have to say is also valuable as well. So this is where I feel like you have to work on your confidence and belief in self in regards to speaking up, speaking your truth, saying what needs to be said. We lose out on a lot of opportunities in life based upon the chances that we don't take or the steps that we don't take as well. So it feels like you are missing out on some sort of great opportunity to happen because you refuse to speak up and refuse to speak your truth. So I feel for you, Love 43, if this is going to be a time of self-discovery and redefining yourself. Let me pull some more cards. That's too many spirits. Let's get a few more. Yeah, so, but they told me to keep this one. Change. Exactly. The Wheel of Fortune is here for you, but it's all up to you in terms of what you want to do. Do you want to stay in the sunken place, holding back on in fear of not speaking up? Or are you going to take action and actually say what needs to be said in order to get what's on your chest off your chest? Your guides have been giving you signs, clues, synchronicities, and you've been avoiding them. This is very much giving a resistance energy, but a resistance of your own power in terms of your voice and being able to speak is what I see here. So the more that you resist this, the more that you're going to be getting some sort of wake-up call that's going to happen, and then you'll be forced to have to speak up. So don't let it get to that point. The time is now to actually speak up and vindicate yourself from what you were not seeing. This is a time of liberation for you, is what I see here. Changes in the wind. This is springtime now, depending on where you are in the world, but where I am, it's springtime. So it's like, it's time to speak. It's time to make changes. It's time to get your fears in alignment. So Spirit wants you to know this because you have been resisting for quite a while. And the more that you resist, the more that things are going to keep getting more and more difficult until you take action. It's going to be hard again to manifest some sort of new beginning for yourself because you're holding on to the old, but then want something new to happen. So the old cannot be integrated with the new. You got to leave everything behind and speak up and say what needs to be said. So I hope that resonates. I hope that provided you with some clarity, the Love 43. But this is what I'm seeing here as well, right? And they're giving you guidance. But maybe you have a long-standing history as well of comparing yourself to others or thinking, maybe it's not the socially appropriate thing to do to say what I need to say, or maybe it's not appropriate, or it's not the right time, or, what will people think? This is giving me a vibe of what will people think? People are going to talk shit about you regardless. So might as well speak what you need to say and get it off your chest and let them talk about how brave you actually were to speak up and speak your truth rather than holding things inside and refusing to change. When you do that, I feel like you're going to be opening so much doors for yourself, and so many new beginnings and blessings will happen for you just by releasing this need to compare and releasing the need to remain silent is what I see here. If you need coaching, check out my website. I do spiritual coaching and other services as well. I even have an intuitive chat. We can even look more deeply, as this is just a general mini reading. But if you want more clarity, you can check out my website as well. But I hope that provides you with clarity. All right, let's see the next question. Okay, so let's see. Will I contact me again? Okay. So let's see. And this spirit is going to be for Camillus. Camillus, will I contact you again? Actually, they want me to get these ones. I'm going to clarify with the deck. All right. Will I contact me again? I thank you guys so much for your donations and your support, guys. You guys are amazing, honestly. I've been blessed. You guys are a great collective. Let's see. Will I message me again? Love has always been a game for me. It seems safer that way. It's a control issue. I wasn't a game with you. It was real. I'm sorry I didn't let you know that. So it feels like you could be dealing with a master manipulator here. So maybe this person likes to blow hot and cold in regards to their communication, Camillus. And because of this, it makes it hard for them to commit to anyone, because for them, it's more about the thrill of you chasing them rather than them owning this connection and owning the responsibility of actually acknowledging that they may have hurt you or hurt other people because of their control issue. So you could be dealing with someone who may have narcissistic tendencies, where they really want to try to stay in control of this connection by, pretending that they're not interested, pretending that they don't really care, pretending like, this connection doesn't matter or you don't matter, right? But it feels like you need to take your energy back or step into some sort of power here. I'm hearing power play. So maybe if it is the nature of your dynamic that you're typically the one that reaches out, this time I feel like you need to stand firm and not reach out and let this person be the one to contact you. How about you try, or what Spirit is telling me? How about, okay, so I'm going to hear what they say. So they're saying, how about you try not answering the phone when they call? That's what I heard. Or how about you try not answering the text when they message you right away? Because it's giving off a very desperate vibe is what they're saying. And because of that, this person is not learning a lesson that needs to be learned in this situation. So it's very much saying that, you need to allow this person to recognize that their actions are no longer going to work in your dynamic. This is all about learning some sort of lesson. Like they need to learn a lesson from this experience where you're concerned. So you have to put down that neediness, that codependency or codependent tendencies that maybe you may have. That's something you need to work on, so that when this person reaches out, you're busy living your best life and you don't even care if they contact you or not. Because then the person will feel that, and then it will shift something within their subconscious for them to now deal with you in a different way, is what I'm being told as well. So I'm seeing mutable. So mutable is all about change, right? So mutable energy is all about change energy, right? So you have to change something, right? So cardinal energy is all about taking action, taking that leap of faith, being a starter. But mutable is about change energy, right? A turn in the tide needs to happen here in regards to your connection. So it's like you got to put that down so that this person learns a lesson, is what I see here for you. So I hope that provided you with some clarity. I swear, guys, as I'm getting more and more into my spiritual journey, I feel like my channeling is getting so much more stronger as time goes on. It's crazy. Like, it's nuts. Okay. So would you also, okay, so Kira Kate says, I would also like a general reading if you can, please. All right. Okay. Let's see what Spirit wants to bring out in regards to your situation, Kira Kate. Let's see. Let me shuffle. Kira Kate, Spirit, can you tell me what needs to come out? And also, Camillus, if you're interested, check out my website. I'll leave the information there. If you would like more of like an in-depth reading, as well as if you would like some more information. I also have introduced live intuitive talks with me as well, in regards to sorting out your situation as well too. So if you feel called, you guys can check out my website and we can take it from there too. All right, so let's see, Kira Kate. Let's see. General reading. Let's see, Kira Kate. Let's see what Spirit wants to talk about. Ooh, these cards are a bit slippery. Okay, let's see, Kira Kate. Okay, so we have separation needed. So what I see here is some sort of cord cutting. Spirit wants to talk about Kira Kate. So it feels like you might have a lot of people courting into your energy at this time. I call these people energy vampires. So it feels like there's some sort of needing to call your energy back to yourself. So maybe you've been feeling the need to want to retreat or go somewhere else out of your comfort zone or out of your norm recently, but maybe because of fear, you've kind of been resisting that and have been kind of still taking on a lot of things. I'm hearing that you've been also taking on a lot of projects or a lot of other people's issues recently as well too, is what I see here. So there's a need that is required to separate yourself from what no longer serves. So we can do this by spending more time in nature, going for some walks, right? Communicating with our higher self. This is how we can call our energy back to ourselves. This is kind of like giving some sort of burnout that might actually be on the horizon if you don't take time to rest. So this is giving like a need to disconnect from people, places, and things that may no longer serve. So if you're really struggling with this as well, I also do cord cutting, but then I also feel like you would benefit from doing some sort of coaching around this as well, because you need to understand how your behavior tendencies have really played out in regards to these type of situations that you may have found yourself in. So there's a need here to disconnect, there's a need here to retreat, and there's a need to go inwards in regards to being able to create something new for yourself. A new beginning is what it feels like it needs to happen, but it's like a release of the old also in order for something new to happen. So you might get some sort of inspiration around a crescent moon. So whenever the next crescent moon pops up, I feel like this is when you will finally get some sort of inspiration, or I'm hearing a nudge to finally go inwards and to rectify that as well, is what I see here as well too. So there's a need to separate yourself from others, retreat, go inwards, get clarity, reclaim your energy back to yourself, is what Spirit is saying is the major thing that you need to know at this time in regards to being able to move into some sort of new cycle. They're trying to get your attention about this, but it seems like you might have been resisting this because you're like, but what about this person? I'm hearing, what about Susan? I don't know if you know a Susan, but I don't know. I'm hearing Susan. So what about, so and so, but it doesn't matter about them. It matters about you now. So you need to be brave, and you need to call your energy back to yourself. And they're also saying as well that you may have also been neglecting yourself as well, right? So there's a need here as well to practice self-love and compassion. And how we do that is by understanding that if we have no juice or no battery left in our being, then we're of no use to anyone else, because we have nothing left else to give. So we have to recharge ourselves, go inwards before we can give to another person or situation or whatever. So this is calling for you to take time out. It's right here. Take time out. Take time out to heal, reflect, maybe go see a movie might resonate as well. Maybe that will be some quiet time that you need by yourself, but you need to invest more in self rather than other people and situations, is what I see here. And it seems like you also need to be learning about reciprocity, right? Equal give and take in connections and situations, as well, as this is what allow these people to court into your energy to begin with. So you got to disconnect, recharge, refuel yourself, and really focus on yourself, is what I see here as well. So I hope that provides you some clarity, Kira. Kira says, okay. I didn't mean to scare you, Kira, but I hope that gave you some some clarity. I know a lot of people have these ideas about psychic mediums. They think that they're kind of like, not real and stuff. That's what I don't know. I'm being called to talk about that. So maybe you didn't believe this, Kira, but no, psychics are real. Mediums are real. These things are real. I'm the real deal. I'm not a fake. I'm a real deal. All right. So let's see. So we have Julia. All right. So hi, Bees Intuitive. Hey, hello. Thank you guys for joining. And those of you who donated, visited stuff, thank you guys so much. If you guys feel called, you guys can donate if you feel called, or whatever you'd like. I thank you guys so much for your time and your energy. Okay, so let's see. So we have Julia. Can you tell me David's feelings towards me? All right, David. Let's see what David wants to say. David, let's see. Julia, Spirit, and David. Let's see what wants to come forward. No problem, Kira. I'm glad that it makes sense. Let's see, Julia. All right, so Julia, David's feelings. have the Five of Swords, right? So the Five of Swords is confliction. And this is another, it feels like I heard third party. So I don't know if you know, because I'm noticing three people here. So it could be a choice that needs to be made in regards to two women, or it could be a multiple party situation with David here. But I feel that David is somewhat conflicted is what I see here as well. So maybe your guides, your higher self, have been getting your attention or pulling your attention. So they're telling me to brush. So maybe you've gone over to his house and you might have noticed something was off, or something felt different about the environment. Maybe you spoke to him already about a situation with other people involved. But it feels very much like there's something about others interfering in this connection. We also have here the sun. So the sun is the highest vibration of man, which is raw, right? So it feels like, I think David feels very happy with you. Like there's a sense of, or an element here of happiness when they're with you, but they also are conflicted because they may have had another commitment with someone else prior to you coming on the scene. So it could be a vibe where, you know, maybe this is, okay, so they're telling me it could be a twin flame. I don't know for sure because I haven't tuned into your energy, but you could be dealing with a twin here where it's like, before they met you, they may have had some sort of prior commitment, because I keep seeing looking back in the past with the card. So it could be a situation where maybe David had already another connection. It could even have been another marriage, or two marriages they may have had prior to meeting you. And then now, because of that pain of the past, it's difficult for them to commit to you because they're holding back in terms of what may have happened in the past to them. So it feels like this person feels extremely happy when they're with you. That's no doubt, right? They know that they really care about you. They know they have a lot of feelings towards you, but it's just that this person has a lot of past insecurities, past pain, that is kind of like holding them back from being able to fully commit to this situation with you. So it's giving an energy of needing to make some sort of decision, right? So maybe for a while, maybe you feel conflicted as well, right? Not really sure what to do with this dynamic, but it feels like you guys have a lot of good times when you guys are definitely together. So there's some sort of secret here with the moon card reversed that's going to be revealed to you. So this might actually be a very painful secret, but it's going to allow some sort of new beginning. Let's see the secret. What is the secret, Spirit? So we have here justice reverse. So very much giving some sort of karma. So as I said, it feels kind of twin flamey. I don't know, but I feel that way when I'm channeling in this energy. It feels very twin flamey. It could even be past life stuff that's also creating some sort of issue, or what will be revealed. So it's like this person needing to go inwards and balance something from the past, because again, the past here. So they need to create some sort of balance from the past in order to create some sort of new beginning, is what I see here. And stand in their power. Yes. Okay. So I see what's happening here. So David very much does feel happy when they're with you, but they have a lot of past insecurities and past pain that is come up from this connection. So maybe you've triggered them in regards to looking at things that happened in the past. Maybe you remind them of some sort of past relationship that they had, or past connection that they had with other people, or two other feminines. You might be very similar to them. And this is what triggers David. And so I feel like David is very much in runner energy at this time, because you triggered them hard and they pulled back and they ran. So there's something that needs to be addressed, because I feel like you kind of mirror the light attributes of this connection to David, and David now needs to work through his shadow. So this is why he blows hot and cold. But just know that David does have a lot of love in his heart for you. He does see you as someone who is quite loving, quite giving, quite compassionate here with the Queen of Pentacles. But it's just that David has a lot of pain from his past. I'm hearing pain from past life as well. So some karma seems like it also came forward from a past life in this situation with you guys. That's why I was feeling very much twin flame, because it's giving a vibe, or giving the energy of it being a situation where you bring him a lot of happiness, but then you also bring up a lot of the shadowy parts of himself that he had tried to suppress for a very long time. So I hope that gives you some clarity in regards to your situation. All right, Julie, I'm glad that it was able to assist you and help you in some way. No worries. I'm glad that it helps and whatnot as well. Okay. So let's see. So intuitive, or be intuitive. Can you see if I have had a bad disagreement? Can you see if I will have a bad disagreement with Kwan? Okay, let's see Kwan. All right. They want me to pull this one. And hey, Catherine, thank you for joining. I love your energy. Thanks so much, Catherine. All right, let's see. Intuitive. Let's see. Be intuitive. Be intuitive, quantum spirit. Can you speak to that dynamic, that situation? Be intuitive. We have power. Right, let's see. Quantum and be intuitive. It's too many cards. Okay, so I heard money. So I'm not sure if there's some sort of investment that you may have made with Quan or are going to make with Quan. I'm hearing that this might be some sort of power play in terms of what may cause some sort of disagreement between you and them in the connection. So I'm not sure if it's a situation where maybe you guys have some sort of investment that's running here, and then some sort of secret is then revealed, and then that kind of kiboshes the plan that you guys have had in place. So it feels very much like a situation where it was built on faulty foundation. So I'm noticing here, usually the Three of Coins, when it's upright, it talks about stability. It talks about having stable foundations. But when the card is in reverse, it speaks to a very imbalanced energy. So it could be a vibe or a situation where this investment or this connection or whatever it is that you guys have, it could be a home investment, it could be a business investment, something along those lines you guys may have or will have eventually, will be kind of the basis of what causes the disagreement. So it could be that the connection was never built on stable foundation. So it could be that maybe one or both of you guys were not single. One or both of you guys didn't want a commitment. And then something comes up and you guys decide, okay, well, since we've been together this long, we might as well collaborate. We might as well build something together, but it's going to be deconstructed. Because when you build and it's on like the smallest coin, imagine now, right? So I'll use this as an example. Imagine I had my stones here, right? And I'm building, right? And then I'd say I'm going to put this small little citrine stone on top of this big amethyst stone and then put this one on top. It won't even be able to stand because it's just not sustainable, right? It's going to eventually fall apart because it's not built on some sort of stable foundation. So it feels very much like it's going to be a situation that will be deconstructed by spirit eventually because it doesn't have integrity and it doesn't align, it feels like, with how you're raised or your values. There's something here about values that are coming forward and authenticity. So maybe Quan is not really necessarily someone who's on the up and up, and you guys might do some sort of investment together, and then you guys might think, oh, it's going to be very lucrative, and then that then becomes deconstructed and you learn some sort of powerful spiritual lesson as a result. That's what I see here coming forward. It's going to be something that was based upon the ego rather than true authenticity within self. But it's going to be, there's going to be some sort of tower that comes because it was not built properly. Things that are not built properly never last because it is built on faulty foundation, right? So there will be some sort of tower moment that will come. Can you tell me when the tower moment will come, Spirit? October. October will be significant for your connection. It might not be this year, it might actually be 2024, but something about October is coming forward as well in regards to this connection. But there's going to be something that's deconstructed or something that's hidden that's brought to the light. And it's all about materials. So the material world, something about tangible assets that you guys have that will be deconstructed, that will cause a tower moment and an argument. So it says, okay, so he owes me some money, yes, and I think he's holding on to it on purpose, right? Yes, you were meant to learn a big lesson about that. So it feels like, again, you might have invested B in the situation thinking that he was going to give you the money, or he told you that if you allow him to invest in it, he would be able to give you something in return. So maybe it was like he'd say, oh, well, buy a house or something of magnitude, right? Where there is some sort of resource that's involved. and you thought that it was going to give you something, but it was all a power play for him and also for you, because you thought that it would have given you advancement in the material world. But this is going to be deconstructed to teach you a hard but powerful spiritual lesson about yourself and this person as well too. You're really going to see what is in this person's heart and how this person doesn't have compassion towards living a life in truth and integrity. And as I said, you were raised, it feels like, very much in a community or with family that does not believe in those kind of things, or does not acknowledge those kind of situations. People who have integrity, this person doesn't have integrity, and you know that. All right, so anybody have any other questions? All right, so I hope that gave you some clarity, B. I hope that resonated for you. It gives you clarity and you're able to realize. So Julia says he's not seeing anyone else. He has baggage from a previous. Okay, so Julia said, yeah, on point. Okay. Yeah, so Catherine says, I would like to know if Bob will change towards me or not. Okay, let's see, Catherine. Let's see if he will change. Let's see what will happen. All right, let's see, Catherine. Okay, Catherine. Catherine Cotter. Will Bob change? Will Bob change? Will Bob change? Will Bob change, Catherine? Will he change? Let's see. Will Bob change? Will Bob change? Okay. So this is all about finding self, Catherine. So it feels like in this connection, you might have lost a part of your identity with Bob. So I don't know what it is about Bob's energy. It could be a situation where maybe Bob is someone who likes to play games, or maybe you thought that this connection would bring you a sense of happiness and peace within self. But I want to let you know, Catherine, that no one can bring you peace and calm but yourself. We like to kind of use people as a form of some type of escapism sometimes, because we think that, if we're in this connection or we're in this relationship, that, it will be able to bring us a sense of wholeness and totality. And if only I had a person, if only my connection would work, or if only whatever. But all you really need in this life essentially is yourself, because the people around you are actually mirroring to you the parts of yourself that you're not willing to see or look at. So it feels like if you want Bob to change, then you have to change. So this also feels like a need to set some sort of healthy boundaries with Bob. So maybe Bob is someone who is non-committal, or is not able to show up for you in the connection that the way that you wanted it to be. I'm hearing marriage. So I don't know if it is a situation where maybe you and Bob are married, or maybe Bob is married to someone else, or something along those lines. But what I see here is that there's a need to establish some sort of new direction where this connection is concerned. I'm hearing a new sheriff in town. So that means that you're going to have to be able to really stand up to Bob and let Bob know that the status quo in your connection can no longer stand. And it's either Bob is going to get in alignment or Bob is out. And then you manifest someone else. You work on yourself. You spend some time alone in solitude, just like the woman here in this imagery. And from there, you call someone into you who is vibrating at more of a higher frequency than what Bob could offer you to begin with. And you just kind of look at it like this, right? It's Bob's loss. Bob couldn't show up for you. Bob couldn't show up for the connection properly. And so you needed more for your life. You needed more for your relationship. You needed more for your well-being, and you needed more for yourself. So this is all about standing in your power and living in your truth, right? And if Bob can't be that person to do that, then you got to turn that energy inwards and focus on self. This is a discovery period for you, Catherine. And maybe this is a consistent pattern that happens for you multiple times in connections with other people and situations as well, where other people in the past may have, not been able to show up for you. And here it is again, history repeating itself. And this is the time that you finally decide to set those boundaries, pushing away what no longer serves. Look at the person in this card. They're pushing away what no longer serves them. So if it is the normal status quo in their connections, that you are passive, or you think that people are going to show up and they don't, or you think people are going to commit to you properly and they don't, or you think people who have other issues will change and they don't change, this is where you finally get that wake-up call and decide, no, I'm not going to settle for that. I deserve better than this. This is not for me. I need a healthy relationship. And what starts with creating a healthy relationship is developing that healthy relationship with self. Finding self. This is a discovery period of finding the self and what no longer will fly in relationships and connections. And that's for all areas, romantic, career, otherwise. But until you change the status quo, you're going to manifest more Bobs after you get rid of Bob, because you haven't changed your vibrational frequency. This is a time of you leveling up, is what I see here, Catherine, and you being able to establish healthy boundaries with the people in your life that no longer resonate. So I hope that provides you with clarity, Catherine. Yes, okay. So Catherine says, player, exactly. So Bob very much was not willing to change because Bob is not interested in having a serious commitment. Bob is only interested in Bob's intentions, right? And you deserve better. So therefore, you have to let that go now, because it's time for you to manifest a different story. This doesn't have to be your story in terms of third party and the other woman and the drama scene. And no, this doesn't have to be your story anymore. And if Bob is really the one, once you get yourself together, Bob will change as well. But it starts with you being the leader in the situation and you changing. When you change, everyone around you changes. When you move, I move. Just like that. When you move, I move. Just like that. Exactly. When you move, he will move, because you've changed. And it's no longer fun anymore, So no problem, Catherine. I'm glad that this could provide you with clarity. So Yolanda Davis. Okay, so wait, let's go a little bit further up. So it says, Biddy Rose, understandable. If I came too late. No, I'll be on for probably another, I would say 15 minutes. And then I got to run to my next meeting I have at 2:00. But if you guys would like to book personals, you guys can definitely do so. I've introduced WhatsApp feature. I've introduced a whole bunch of other cool stuff. So you guys can check out the website if you guys want more details. So let's see. So it says here, let's see who else. Oh, no worries, Catherine. I'm glad that it could help. I'm glad that this provided you with clarity. So Yolanda wants to know. Let's see, Yolanda Davis. Hello. Hey, what's coming towards me? Okay, so let's see what's coming towards Yolanda. Okay, Yolanda. Let's channel spirit. Yolanda Davis. What's coming towards me? Yolanda. So there might be a move on the horizon, because I picked up my location deck. So maybe a move is coming in for you, Yolanda. And maybe if it's not a physical move, this could be an energetic shift or energetic alignment that's going to be happening for you. All right, let's see. I heard career. So something about your career is also going to be coming out as well. So we have here, I'm sacred, I'm divine, I have humility, I can start anew. So this is, as I said, very much giving that new beginning, but like a scorpionic new beginning, where it's like the old is completely cleaned out so that a new chapter can be started. So this is like a radical move. So as I said, it's probably going to be a vibe or a situation where you end up moving homes. You might change your career. You might decide to move into a completely different direction. If you have a business, is what I'm hearing as well. So this is all about new discoveries. And it's something that you're going to be called to do by the divine themselves. So you might actually get a dream, and then that creates an inspiration that then allows this big move or this radical change to then happen. So it could be a situation where you may decide after some time that you're going to be embarking upon a new chapter, a new way of discovering yourself, or a new way of shifting into something new. Let's see. Let me get some. Let me shuffle the deck and see what else. But definitely some sort of divine intervention or divine inspiration is going to be coming for you, Yolanda. And it might seem difficult, but I feel that you have the strength and the willpower to actually go the distance. Because I'm noticing the mountain here, right? The mountain is like a big challenge, but I feel that you're being called to step up to the challenge, is what I see here as well. So let's see. You might even decide to take a trip or travel somewhere new out of your horizon or out of your comfort zone as well. And then that gives you some sort of inspiration to shift or change. So we have the Seven of Pentacles. So already what I'm feeling with the Seven of Pentacles, it's going to be hard work, right? We knew this already by the mountain, but it feels like this change is necessary if you want to be able to have that sense of fulfillment. This is giving like Empress vibes. So the Empress is a mother. The Empress is someone who's nurturing. The Empress is someone who has it all. She's the full package. She's someone who is the energy or the essence of all the queens in tarot. So the Empress is someone that people look up to. The Empress is a mother. The Empress is wise. The Empress is everything that people crave to be, right? Which is the Empress, which is the full package. So I feel that this move or this obstacle that you're going to have to overcome is what is going to finally push you into your power, where you finally become the Empress. You're going to be able to love yourself in a different way or feel different about your situation. We also have here the Ace of Swords reverse. So with that, I feel like there's going to be something chaotic that happens too, that then creates the shift as well. We have the Knight of Cups. So maybe you've been kind of living life in some sort of lackluster situation, right? Because the King of Cups is a card that speaks to fantasy. And when it is in reverse, it's like your bubble gets burst and then some sort of awareness happens. And then that's when you decide to follow your heart and passions. So maybe there's a layoff that isn't on the horizons or something along those lines, where something is revealed to you and then you have no choice but to actually follow the plan in terms of what you already knew you needed to do. But it's like Spirit is going to be bringing some sort of wake-up call that then allows you to then be able to shift your vibrational frequency in order to actually follow your heart, follow your passions, and not doubt yourself or second guess yourself. You finally get some sort of epiphany where you make a decision, right? The Seven of Cups reverse speaks to finally making a decision, no longer confused, because the Seven of Cups is a card that speaks to daydreams and illusions. So maybe for a while you've been kind of like living life or going through life in some sort of lackluster or lack of awareness. But some sort of wake-up call or awakening is going to be coming for you. And that's when you're finally able to shift your perspective and realize that you need to make some sort of significant changes, is what I see here as well. Big shakeup, big shift. It's like Scorpio. Scorpio and Aries are like the assassin in the zodiac sign. When they come in, they assassinate everything and clear everything out in order to make way for what's new to ground. So a big wake-up call is coming for you, Yolanda. An epiphany of some sort, if you will say. So I hope that provided you with some sort of clarity. All right, so let's see. All right, so Biddy Rose says, question was above. Just wondering where his mind is at and if he's worth the wait. Okay, let's see. Biddy Rose. No problem, Yolanda. Anytime. You're going to be getting some sort of awakening. It's coming for you. Followed by some sort of realization that maybe the life or something that you had built is not as stable as what it really is. All right, so let's see. Biddy Rose, where his mind is at, is he worth the wait? Well, Biddy, I'm feeling this already. Nobody's worth any weight, because when we're thinking that a person is going to come in, they'll never come in because they feel that we're actually waiting for them. You don't wait. You keep pushing the gas forward and you keep progressing in terms of your life. And if this person is really your person, they will get into alignment and they will show up. So that's all about having the confidence that you need to not wait for anyone. We don't wait. As the Empress, we wait for no one. We keep pushing forward. We keep building. We keep expanding. And our person will catch up. That's how the energy flows. If we're waiting and we're looking and we're thinking the person's going to come in, they will never come in because we haven't shifted, we haven't changed. And then think about it. If the person reaches out to you and let's say you've now leveled up and you're living this amazing life, they're going to feel foolish because they'll realize, oh my gosh, my person is doing so amazing and I have this shitty life and they've changed so much, right? So it's like the energy has to always be fluid in connections. It can never be stagnant. So when we say we're waiting or when we're not improving our circumstances, that's when our person will never come to us. They will never change. Let's see. So we have here the Tower. Yes, a wake-up call. So already bitty, man. I see it here. This is a wake-up call. This is like a massive awakening, a realization. You know, that the time is ticking. The time is now. You got your life purpose you need to build. You got a legacy to build. You got things to do. We don't wait for anyone. We wait for no one. Time doesn't wait. Time keeps flowing. Time is fluid. So it says here, so true. I remind myself constantly, but I'm in the process of healing and finding love again for myself. I've healed so much, but still teeter. Yeah, you got to finally shift it. You got to get the wake-up call. Very much scorpionic energy. We have the Ace of Wands reverse. So this is very much giving the energy of being bored in your circumstance. It's like you want this person to come in, but it's like you're bored here as well because nothing is shifting. You want the shift to happen, but you're not shifting. So in order to do that, you need to make some sort of radical change here. And that's the only time that I do see that your person will come back in is if you change. But your energy vibration is still very much the same, and that's why they're not feeling called to contact you. What has changed for you since they left? This is a serious question you have to ask yourself, you know. What has changed since they left? Since they departed, if you're still in that job that you don't like, if you're still in whatever career, whatever house situation that might not necessarily resonate with you, but you're still holding on to it because you're feeling that it's stable, they will never return because you haven't changed. And even if it is a return so that you get closure, the person will never reach out for closure because you haven't changed. So this is going to be a big epiphany for you, a big wake-up call now that you realize that because you haven't changed, this person is not changing and therefore they will not be returning until you make changes. Spirit purposely took this person out of your life because you needed to get that shakeup, that realization. The Tower is here. The Tower is all about massive endings and new beginnings. They burn away, like this is like a burning away of the old so that the new can ground. And you're not happy with your life and your circumstances. We see it here with the Ace of Wands reverse. There's no passion where you're at. I feel that you're a very passionate person, but you're settling and selling yourself short for this person when you could be leveling up and living a life full of joy and excitement. You might actually be a fire sign of some sort, or even a water sign. But I'm feeling fire. We have the Six of Wands reverse. So this is an ego death that's necessary. So it's like while you've been building your creative projects and stuff like that, it also feels like a situation where, is this really what you want or is this based upon ego? So this is all about removing some sort of illusion that you may have that, you know, the more that you do this person will come now. Are they coming now? Are they coming now? This is about releasing obsession, which is also about releasing control. So when you do that, then the energy will shift. But let's see what you have to say. So it says here, yeah, it says, I thank you for reminding myself. Yeah, you always have to heal. Healing is never stagnant. Healing is always flowing. It's like a river. We can never just stop where we are. We always have to keep going. So this is calling for you to keep going, keep leveling up, keep building your dreams. I've been on a creative binge for weeks, focus on my growth, but it's difficult when he stays on my mind. That's because you need to find your life purpose, Biddy. That's why he stays on your mind, because you need to find your life purpose. When you're not in your purpose or not in alignment, all you do is obsess about the person. Until you find your passion, that's when it will stop and when the person will come back in. But if you're still in this energy of obsession, that is not in alignment with your purpose, and therefore the person will never come back in. So when the obsession ends and when the chase finally ends, because it's like they're repelled by us if we are chasing. When you're no longer chasing, And this person wakes up and realizes, holy crap, Biddy is no longer in this cycle of chasing. Even if you're not communicating with them, they feel that on an energetic level. And so when you actually put that down, that's when this person will come. But you got to work on your life purpose. If you need clarity in regards to figuring that out, check out my website and book more of a personal reading so that I can go more in depth for you. Or email me if you have questions, because what I see here, you got to put the obsession down because they're repelled. The DMs are repelled by that energy because the energy of obsession is codependency. And how you do that, you got to work on your life purpose, figuring out what your life purpose really is. And a lot of us think that if only our person was here, things would change. But no, they will never come, because we're meant to build that stable foundation, and then they will follow suit. They will get into alignment. You got to make changes, my friend. I hope that provided you with clarity. It says, thank you so much. Definitely mirrored my thoughts, but hearing it out loud was necessary. Yeah, this was the wake-up call with the tower. Wake-up call for you big time, Biddy. They're not coming back. Get that out of your head. Until you actually figure out your life purpose, this person won't be returning. If you need coaching, I do that as well. Check out my website. All right, so it says Info Entertainment 99. All right, so hello, lovely. Hey, how are you? Can I please get a mini reading? Okay, so I am going to be closing out this live at around 1:30. So let's see if there's any other questions that are above. I don't think so. So if Info Entertainment 99 would like to put their question, I would definitely love to provide that to you. For those of you who are returning or joining, welcome. And I appreciate all of you guys who have donated as well. And for those of you guys who have emailed and stuff, I appreciate that as well too. Thank you guys so much for your support. You guys are amazing. All right, so it says, okay, let's see. All right. So what is Ali's truest feelings towards me? So thank you. Grateful for it already, sweets. No worries, anytime. All right, so let's see. Okay, let's see. So we have Ali's truest feelings. Info Entertainment 99. Ali. Okay, they want this deck. There's some sort of trauma involved. I don't know if you know, or some sort of anxiety. I just saw that pop into my head. Okay, so it feels like Ali is having some difficulty with expressing his truth or speaking up because of some sort of trauma. All right, let me get this one. Oh no. Could even be having a tower moment right now, actually, because my card just fell on the ground. Okay, the information. We want to focus on Ali, so tell me about Ali. We have nearby in reverse. Okay, karmic lesson. Okay, so I'm getting the message. So very soon, you're going to be learning some sort of big karmic lesson about Ali. That's the message. So it feels like Ali is not available emotionally, spiritually, or physically. Maybe there's some sort of geographical distance between you and Ali. It could be also a situation where I'm picking up on where Ali is just not free. But maybe Ali has told you that they want to commit to you or they want to be there, but I'm hearing that they just need time. But as I'm feeling is that you shouldn't be waiting for this person because they have a lot of work to do. Ali is not in alignment with what is for your highest good, is what I feel here. So there's some big, powerful spiritual lesson that you're going to learn from this experience, because it's going to give you the clarity that you need to finally make a stand or take a stand in regards to love and your connections. It also feels like as well that you're not being heard here. So maybe you've told Ali many times, what your requirements are, and what you need, but Ali is not willing to listen to what you have to say. So it feels very much like a situation where you might have been going around in the same lessons with Ali, learning the same experiences with Ali, because you are not being heard. Your opinion is not being valued by this individual because you're not learning the lesson and moving on. So the more that you obsess about it and the more that you keep going around in the same cycle with Ali, is the more that it becomes painful for you. But when you learn how to release that and understand that this connection feels like an impasse, it's like an in-between, then that's when I feel the vibration will change and things will work out a lot better for your highest good. So there's something here about learning how to use your voice in terms of manifesting the outcome that you want in situations, or realizing that, if someone is not free, whether it be mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, then don't stay in that situation. You got to be able to move on from what no longer serves. There might actually be something that happens in 1 week that then shows you what you were not willing to see before. Or maybe a week ago. Okay, so let's see. So they say, thank you, grateful for it already. There definitely is. He has always been introvert. So I will have to end it. It will happen. Yeah, you have to make some sort of decision info, because it feels like this person is just not able to show up for you properly. And it's not that they don't care. It's just that this person just needs time and space to be able to figure themselves out. It's giving a vibe of codependency as well. So let's see what will happen in 1 week's time. Yeah, you're going to be getting some sort of enlightenment or clarity about your situation. And the eye here is resonating, so that is the eye of truth. So some sort of truth is going to be illuminated to you, which then changes your perspective in 1 week's time. So it's like, maybe for a while you kept thinking, soon Ali will open up, soon Ali will change, but Ali's not changing. I'm trying to say this in the most, diplomatic way, but Ali is not changing. You got to get enlightened. We have the page of materials, right? So maybe you're holding on to Ali as well because of fear, thinking that, this person will commit, but this person is non-committal. The page of coins is a card that speaks to lack of commitment, non-committal. They're not available. They can't show up for you. So this is where you have to be able to take a stand and choose yourself in this situation. And it might be scary, but it's necessary, because you need to learn that lesson. It's right here with the karmic lesson. Maybe you've been doing the same cycles, the cycle, this is like a worn out racetrack is what I feel. It's like you're going through the same lesson repeatedly. And maybe this has been a lifelong or lifetime lesson. If you're interested in info, I also do past life readings as well. You might need to allow me to journey to the Akasha for you and recognize what your blockage is here in regards to changing this behavior and seeing what you're not seeing. So if you want to do that, you can check out my website, and I can do more of an in-depth thing over here, but this is a mini read. So you got to get enlightened, but this person is non-committal. So, you got to think about your well-being and what's in your best interest in this situation. All right, so I hope that provided you with clarity. I don't know. Let's see. So yeah, chasing. That's what's going to be revealed, that you have to stop chasing info. I just, put out what you needed to say. It will be about if you know. What kind of truth will come out? Yeah, you don't change or bend your requirements. It's either the people around you are able to respect and show up for you, or they can't show up for you and you disconnect from that. You don't change for anyone. You don't play small. You don't lower your standards or what it is that you're looking for to appease other people's feelings. That's not how this works. It's either that they understand, or they are with what you feel, or if they don't, then you disconnect and you let the person go, because it's just a waste of your time. We only get about 75 years on average, to live, and after that 75 years is up, that's it. We have to come back and try this again, right? So why waste time with someone who is not free? Or maybe Ali is still very much hung up over a past connection that Ali had as well. So while you're chasing him, he might be pining after someone else, or feeling that he wants to be with someone else. But, because of whatever issues, maybe that ended, and then you came and you found him, and Ali's not at his best right now. So you got to make a choice, Info. But if you want more details, you can reach out to me, check out my website, and we can take it from there. So I hope that provided you with clarity. But yeah, let's see. All right. That was heavy. Let me kind of stage that, because that was a heavy one. Sending you healing vibes, Info. Healing vibes, big time. No worries, Info. I hope that gave you a little bit of some clarity in regards to your situation. I'm sending you some healing vibes, some love and light, some positive vibes. All right, so this is my last one, and then for those of you who are coming, I will have to, you guys will have to book a personal or check out my website. So Tarquin will be the last person that I read for today, because if not, I'll be on here all day and night, and I want to get ready for my next meeting. So, okay, so we see. So hello, I would like to know, what are Jenna's feelings for me? Okay, so Tarquin Super Bro, let's see. Tarquin, which one, spirits? This one. Tarquin, Jenna's feelings. Tarquin spirit. We have the Seven of Pentacles reversed, and we also have completion in reverse. So with Tarquin, I see here that it seems like you have been kind of hopeful. They tell me not to read reversals. So it seems like you've been hopeful. Maybe you've been hoping that this person, Tarquin, will be the one for you, is what I see here. But it feels like some sort of cycle, or a cycle, or chapter, or phase of your life that is going to be coming to an end where this person is concerned. So I'm not really too sure, Tarquin, if it is a situation where maybe you met this person and you guys may have had similar interests, and then after a while those interests may have diminished and things may have changed in your dynamic, is what I see here. But it feels like a situation where there is some sort of change that needs to happen in this dynamic. So I feel like maybe your person could even be going through a rough patch, or going through something that's going to require a little bit of time and patience. Maybe they're studying right now, is what I see here, or they're trying to take on some sort of project that they think will bring them some sort of abundance. So it's like, maybe they told you, after I finish school, perhaps, maybe we can then be in a connection, or maybe once I finish something, maybe we can get married. It could be something along those lines, is what I see here. But it feels like that kind of situation is going to be wrapping up very soon in regards to this chapter with you and them. So let's see what happens after the cycle closes. Okay, so the miser is all about money and greed. So maybe it could be a situation where this person is kind of like using this connection to serve their best interest. So the miser is someone who may have two sides to them, right? They pretend they show one persona, and then deep down is something else. So maybe this person has some sort of hidden agenda that you're not aware of, but it's going to be coming to the light, and that's what's going to help you with making some sort of decision where Jenna is concerned. We also have courage. So maybe this is actually going to allow you to finally step into the energy of courage and walk away from the situation. It feels like something here is not as it seems with Jenna. So maybe Jenna is two-sided, or maybe, okay, so I think you said Jenna is a Gemini. So yeah, or you're a Gemini. So that's weird. So something about this is off, is what it feels like. So something about Jenna is not sincere, is what I'm picking up on here. And it's going to need you to call it or step into the energy of courage to figure out what it is that you want with your life. But something about Jenna is not what it seems. Let's see what this miser card is about. Something is not right with Jenna. It's either Jenna is in a connection with someone else, Jenna is just using you for money, but something about Jenna is off. Let's see this miser. Okay, there's something here about codependency, the devil. So it could be that Jenna might have some sort of toxic tendencies, or maybe you guys bonded over, they're telling me drinking. So I don't know what that's about. Maybe Jenna has some addiction issues that are coming up. But something about Jenna's behavior does not is not anymore in alignment. So maybe it was the status quo or the norm in your connection, or a situation that you guys would behave a certain way, or maybe there could even be a hidden addiction that Jenna has not shared with you. It could even be something from her past that is going to be revealed to you. And I think it's going to make you feel heartbroken when you find this out, but it's going to help you with moving on from the situation. And that's when I feel like you step into the energy of courage. Jenna has an addiction of some sort, is what I see here. It could be addiction to people pleasing, addiction to substances. Jenna has a problem. And that's why your spirit is repelling you against Jenna, because Jenna is not for you. It also feels like as well. Jenna has some sort of problem. And it's like for a while, maybe you had been trying to maintain the status quo in this connection, or maybe you had tried to maintain some sort of normalcy in the connection, or maybe you had been overgiving in the connection. And Jenna seems like maybe they had been taking from this or benefiting in some way. But something is going to be coming to the light in regards to Jenna very soon. It's giving like a September vibes. So maybe September you might find out more about the situation, but I feel like you need to trust your instinct. But something about Jenna is off. I think Jenna has some sort of addiction or some sort of problem that you might not know about, but your spirit is urging you not to go into the direction of Jenna, but you keep going thinking, right? But there is a lesson here for you to learn so that you're able to close out a cycle. Completion here. So that's about closing a cycle, coming to an end, wrapping something up. It's the World card, right? So the closure of something. But I would maintain my boundaries with this person because something about them is very shifty. I'm not liking Jenna's energy. So I hope that provides you with some clarity in regards to your situation. I'm going to say that because that was some shifty energy. So all right, so this is the absolute last person. I know that I had said that Terquin would be the last one, but Carolina, you are the last read for today because I gotta go. So with that being said, let me just do a quick reading. So and then the rest of you guys can check out my website if you'd like to book personal. So Carolina says, when is your next life? When is your next life? You seem pretty talented. Oh, my next live. Okay. So yeah, my next live actually is going to probably be in a few weeks. I'll have to see because I'm closing out one cycle or one chapter of my life. So I'm going to be taking on something else in the next few months. So I might maybe go live again closer to like the end of summer, but I also have a little bit more services on my website. So if you like the way that I read and you like the way that I channel, you guys can check that out as well. I do have a little bit more budgeter friendly type services as well. You can get a reading for like $50. So if you feel called, you guys can check that out as well. So actually thank you guys so much for joining today's live, but I'm gonna have to let you guys go or else I'll be here all day reading for everyone. But I hope that this live was able to provide you guys with a lot of clarity on your path at this time. For those of you guys who have donated, have emailed me, who have reached out, I appreciate you guys. You guys can always book personal readings. You guys can email me. I've also introduced WhatsApp feature as well if you guys would like to book a personal or find out more information about my services. You guys can check out. So thank you, Sharmeen, for liking and subscribing. And I appreciate you guys so much for your support. Thank you guys so much. So I thank you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful and amazing day. And I'm sending love and light to all of you guys. Thank you so much for your energy, your time, your donations, and everything. Have a wonderful day, guys. I'm going to be ending the live now, and take care.